This episode was edited in a hurry. We apologize and hope you can enjoy it anyhow. On with the show.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. It must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero.
Warning, the following contains depictions of adult themes, drug use, and wanton violence, sometimes flat-out war crimes. Listener discretion is advised. This is Starforged, Stones of Fortune. Starring Carlos as Solrock, the Seer, Ramses as Merrick, the Unseen, Jose as Jimmy Rings, and Luke as Spike. And I am your guide, your host, your editor, and all those other things, Redstone, also known as Adam in these recordings. So when last we left the group, you had just gone to another vault. You'd found a third transforming snub fighter to mech suit thing, and you'd gone back to Mr. E's, and we're like recuperating from that. You're all healed up now. Also in last session, you guys saved / helped make the one of the main planets where the space weed grows, the mushroom planet. Yeah, so you guys have been back at Mr. E's for a while, recuperating. Diva has been with you and has been willing to train anybody on the presence and how to use it. Who, if anyone, is training with Diva, and what are you asking her to teach you?
I think I had asked her to teach me the fire stuff.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah, so she's, teaching you how to, manifest fire, how to, meditate and build it up in your body, and then use it later, which you're still in the early stages, because she's only been with you about a month now, total. Anybody else learning presence techniques from Diva?
Yeah, she's teaching me how to use a sword and shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be fucking sick.
And then is there anything Spike is wanting to learn with the presence, or is he just doing other stuff?
Spike Speezy?
Yeah, I think I'm just doing other stuff.
Cool. So, when last we left off, there was still one more vault that Spike was being drawn to, that you have a location for. Let's see, what else do we have going on? There's still that missing kind of the animal hunter explorer person who basically crashed on a fiery planet with crazy creatures. Pyralis. Longshot is Tomika Mittal has disappeared there. Is there anything in particular you guys, the crew, is wanting to do?
Well, let me actually backtrack for a sec. Actually, I think the girl is teaching me to commune with the symbiote thing. So I'll take the first walk on that.
Oh, heck yeah. Okay. All right. So, yeah, so I think by the time we get, as time goes by, you'll be able, probably by next session, you'll be able to spend experience points to get those assets. I mean, unless you already have the experience sitting, then if you want to take it now, go right ahead. I'm not actually sure where all of you are sitting.
Sorry.
Well,
I believe I have the experience, so I'll just go ahead and do it.
oh, do it then, yeah. Sweet. But yeah, just add some flavor to what you guys are doing in your downtime. So, yeah. Not a whole lot has been happening at Mr. E's now that you've been back. The weather in hyperspace, the issues to travel have gotten worse significantly over the last while. There are still known pathways to get around, but in general, it's been getting a lot harder and harder to travel in hyperspace. All this is doing is making delays for everything. Things are still getting to where they need to go usually, but spacers have been telling stories about weird things they've seen out in hyperspace. They thought they saw, like, ghost ships of some kind, or there were things out there, some of which actually sounds like creatures you've personally encountered, but they've been seeing things that haven't been seen before, like the your friends who are the jellyfish in hyperspace.
Yeah,
they're kind of like bubble things.
Yeah, they're the homie.
So those have been seen a lot more, but other things as well. And some of the descriptions don't make sense. Large, like, whale kind of creatures, or something that was like a mass of flesh. Definitely not the, like, kind of see-through floaty creatures you saw. These were, some reports are of, like, massive something, where, like, literally it was a wall of flesh, and they just had to, like, reroute and whatnot. But the storms inside hyperspace have gotten nuts. Yeah.
Does Mr. know what that might be related to?
If you ask him about it, actually let's do a gather information with that. So that'll be plus wits. But you'll talk with Mr. E and see what's going on with that.
I forget what my wits is at.
Your wits is 2, so plus 2.
3. Okay. What is it called? Like a strong, like, veil?
Oh, you got a miss?
It's a 1 versus an 8 and an 8, so it's a fail.
Oh, with a miss with a match.
Miss with the match.
Ooh. I don't think that, because it's just gather information, but let's see. See if there is.
The fucking engine fails.
So it says on a miss, your investigation unearths a dire threat or reveals an unwelcome truth that undermines your quest. So I think the unwelcome truth is that he believes these storms are unnatural, that they are being caused by something. He is not sure what. There are... there is something out there that is moving, that is coming, that is disrupting the hyperspace as is understood, and bad things are coming. This is a harbinger of something terrible, especially those creatures. So he tells you that a lot of the creatures that are being seen are usually, so there's a lot of, so like the jellyfish, they are super nice creatures. They are not aggressive. They don't actually have a way to be aggressive at most things, because they're so soft, and they just kind of live out in hyperspace and just go back and forth. And the other creatures, it is likely that they are being driven from someplace more towards like the center of the forge, where there's way less. Like basically, these creatures are coming from the unexplored parts of the forge because no one's even made it to the center. And it's likely that those creatures are being driven out by something. And if they're being driven this way, it means that whatever's driving them is coming this way because they're trying to stay ahead of it. So he doesn't know what it is, but it's something bad.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah. What else is going on in the forge right now? Oh, there was that ice world that was found abandoned, and then a second settlement around a Jovian world. It also was found abandoned in the same sector. Unfortunately, communication with that whole area has been cut off due to the Balefire storms. So no one's been back and forth. It would take a ship that would have shields to do this, and shields are pretty rare. Your guys' ship is one of the few that could potentially make it there, or ships with reinforced hulls, which you also have that as well. But that is something... you guys have a badass ship at this point. You guys are rigged out for stuff. And we already dealt with the fact that the presence user was picked up by the person who was teaching Diva, who's been teaching you. Let's see. To be honest, and then your communication with the Weave has actually been also very spotty recently. The Balefire seems to be messing with the local hub, or whatever hub. When you're at Mr. E's, things are already a little spotty, but basically he's been not getting much communication. In order to find out more news about the world, you'll have to leave Mr. E's and get back into the Forge as you know it, because you remember that Mr. E's is actually it's actually separate from the universe, basically, outside of space and time as it normally flows.
Okay.
Well, should we just go check on the news, or should we go to that ice planet?
It was a fire planet.
Is there a fire planet?
There's a fire planet where the long shot, the monster hunter, disappeared, and there's an ice world where a settlement is found completely abandoned, but all the stuff is still there. And then in the same solar system, there was a second settlement in the same solar system, but just around a different planet. It also was found abandoned. And that was the last you heard of that.
You said a monster hunter disappeared?
Yeah, her ship, she went to Pyralis, which is a fiery planet. It is, let's see, because you've been hearing reports of this off and on for a while now. She's been gone for a good while. So, Tamiko Matal, Longshot, is basically think about like Bear Grylls or somebody who, I mean, this is kind of like a podcaster who does this, but this is somebody who films themselves going after big monsters or crazy places, and like goes through like basically goes to wild places, films themselves surviving it, and then uploads it to the Weave, and people sponsor basically the amount of, like, it costs a little bit of money to watch. And so that's how they make money. What was
That's
that?
pretty clear.
Yeah, I've seen her videos before.
Yeah. Oh no, she's super famous. This is like Bear Grylls. Like Bear Grylls has been lost for like they said they were going. Their ship sent out a distress call at one point. And unfortunately, like literally the world was like, well, if she got, I don't really want to go check that out. I mean, she's the adventurer, not me. So Like, literally, it's been one of those, like, all across the tabloids, other people have been like, what's happened to Longshot? Were they eaten? And then there's been footage of there are large creatures on the planet. There's been tales of there are sandstorms that just wreck stuff. And that was one of the things where the ship started transmitting a distress call when her communication to the ship cut off, which was likely due to a sandstorm, but communication never got reestablished. If anything, they've stopped hearing word from the ship. So they're just asking if anyone wants to go out there and check it out. But at this point, speculation's even dying off. They assume that she may be dead, but it's only been like 2 months since they disappeared. I mean, she's a pretty badass person. Maybe she's still alive down there. They don't know.
Yeah, let's go save Bear Grylls.
Fucking right, yes. Down with
Alrighty.
that. Down with the vibe.
So the only issue you have is just to remind you, when you go back into the Forge, you're going to pop out actually in Promethean space, because you guys kind of like, you guys went to the vault and then kind of hopped right back to Mr. E's, which is fine. So you guys have been able to stay stealthy. You did get like noticed one time when you were coming out here, but you know, for the most part, you guys are pretty stealthy. The only issue is with Merrick not being able to go, you're not going to be able to use the stealth tech, but you'll be able, like, the nice thing is the Promethean Empire has been all about not letting anyone in. You're not sure that there's anything going to stop you from leaving.
Okay. So for sure, Earl awaits. This is what I'm hearing.
For sure, you're gonna what?
I said for sure. So for sure, peril awaits as soon as we pop
peril
out.
awaits. Well, it could be bad. Let's find out. You guys can set a course back to the Forge, which is plus supply, which is +5.
1 versus a 3 and a 9. So weak hit.
Weak hit. Alrighty. So let's see. I'm gonna actually say it's a spike. You are gonna face a -1 to your spirit, just because it's really stressful. Because, like I mentioned, the hyperspace has gotten a lot scarier, and it requires a lot more attention. You're actually, instead of like throwing the ship on autopilot and it just gets you back, you actually have to be behind the stick the whole time when you're making the jump now, and it's just tiring. It also depletes. You guys end up having to turn the shields on a bit on and off just to get through some of the balefire storms, and I'm going to say that it actually reduces the supply down by 1 as well.
Ah, damn it.
So just by 1. If Spike would like to try to counteract that stress, so you're enduring stress with just minor stuff. If you want, you can roll plus your spirit, because it's at 4. Otherwise, it would be versus your, I think it's your heart? Or your, either way, your spirit's way higher. If you get a strong hit, you can either take a +1 momentum or gain that spirit back. If it's a weak hit, you can sacrifice momentum for spirit. Otherwise, if you get a miss, it'll actually be worse, and you'll take more spirit damage.
How much momentum do I have?
Oh, you currently have 6 momentum.
Okay. Yeah, I'll roll. Let's see what happens.
Cool.
A 6 versus a 10 and a 4.
Oh, alright. Damn. Because you can't beat that 10. So yeah, if you wanted to exchange momentum for The spirit, you're welcome to.
Let's do it.
Okay. So basically, it just takes you guys a while because of the fact that there's all this. I think instead of taking all the stress, you take breaks. You guys trade off. It takes a little while to get back, which is that momentum loss. But otherwise, yeah, you guys get back into space fine. You're back in Promethean territory. And you guys come back to... you start connecting to the Promethean sector, the Promethean weave, and there's a few messages waiting for your ship in particular. A few of which are addressed directly to the ship, of which Nimbus reads and is like, "Oh, interesting. It's interesting to get correspondence."
Do we ever give a name to our AI?
Yeah, black box.
Black box, yes.
Like an airplane's black box.
Yeah.
Right.
But you guys each, there's a letter addressed to like to the crew of the Nimbus, and there's one specifically addressed to Solrak. The one to the crew is actually from the Promethean government directly. They're like, "Welcome to the territory." There's some implication that there's like, you breached our borders without our permission, but we forgive that. But you guys have been doing... What was that?
So it's just because they don't want that heat.
You also... They've got a border patrol, and you broke through it. But somehow they've recognized it is this ship. Literally this message was like waiting for you on like you log into Gmail. So it's not like they know where you're at. It's you're logging into the internet and you're like, "Oh, look, I got messages waiting." But one of them is from the Promethean Empire. Basically with a request like, "Hey, clearly you guys blew past our defenses, because you guys are awesome. You're incredibly good at what you do. If you wouldn't mind having a meeting, we'd love to talk with you. You could come to any of our government-run stations, which is most of them, and they'd happily have a representative meet with you. They'd love to discuss options." And collaborations and however it is that they could help you guys keep being you, because you have wrecked the shit out of the two other major factions. So, and so far you haven't done anything to them, and they'd love to keep it that way. Yeah. So if you'd like any facilities, basically, that are run by the government, will have someone that can talk to you. You also get another message, that the one that's directly to the seer, and that one is it's kind of a cryptic message. It is not, so normally when you get a message to the Weave, it's pretty obvious who sent it. It's very hard to get rid of that. This message just seems to come from noone@nowhere.com. It is not something I don't think you've ever seen before, and it is a much more direct, "I need your help. I believe you will need to give it to me. I know your secret," and that's it. Yeah.
What do you guys think about these messages?
Wait, they knew?
Was it
They
trap?
know our secret or need our secret? What?
Carlos' secret, Soul Rock's secret.
So you didn't hear shit, right?
Apparently has a secret.
Is it his middle name? Oh.
Well, I mean, Prometheans don't have beef with us, and they want to keep it that way. But, I mean, fuck the police. We want beef with all of them.
Coming straight from the underground, as they say. In our star system.
This other message is intriguing. What's your secret, Carlos?
Man, it's a secret. All right.
New phone.
At this point, I'm like trying to go with whatever like Jose and Luke are trying to do, but I'm also trying to like to peel off to see what the fuck this is about.
Cool. The real issue is that they leave no way to contact them back or anything about who they are.
So now we just gotta wait for them to hit us back. What about, can we see where the message is coming from at least? Like, even if it's vague? No? Fuck.
This is not normal. Usually it would be very obvious where this is from. The one, actually, go ahead and let's do a gather information. Maybe you'll find a clue. If you want to, like,
we can't ask like we can't ask BB for the to like do some shit, do some AI shit.
I mean, I think that would also be the gather information. Let's see, and I think actually because you have something with because you do have that first bit of the ability with the Overseer. I just want to remember what it says.
Word up. I don't even remember what. That's the AI one, though, right?
Yes. Overseer. Your AI module keeps watch over the vehicle systems and sensor data when you secure an advantage or gain ground by talking through the situation.
So not.
Yeah, this isn't quite
Go
it.
do that before us.
Yeah, but go ahead and if someone wants to roll gather information.
I say Carlos should do it since it's his secret message.
BB, where the fuck did this come from?
Look like a 1500s
I
fiefdom
got a
peasant.
4, whatever, versus a 4 and a 3.
Oh, strong hit. Okay.
Nice.
So you realize because you're on the Promethean weave, the only group that could send you a message like that is someone high up in the Promethean government, or someone that has like top of the line clearance, because anything else would be tracked. It would have something to it, like literally you had an email in your inbox with no return address. Someone had to manipulate the weave directly to do that. And so you're talking, and the issue too is that you don't know any. So for the last 5 cycles, for the last 5 years, no one has come across the border from Promethea into the rest of the Forge. You don't know what even kind of government they have over here at this point. Last you heard, a single kind of dictatorial power seemed to be rising, but that was all hearsay. That was, I mean, like, a lot of, like, no one really knew what was going on with the government before the Iron Wall came up. And now it's been 5 cycles. You don't have a clue what that is. If you guys do want to, you could try to go to a station and check them out and see what they have to say. But otherwise, yeah, this seems to be coming from high-level government or someone who has control over the weave, and that's about all you can do past that.
What if the secret's that Carlos doesn't or can't use the presence and really is just using rope and magnets to make it?
I told you from the beginning, I'm an illusionist.
Is Nas just an elaborate puppet?
Yeah.
They smoked up the screen, and I just set up like a projector.
Just a light.
You got like a fucking smoke dispenser on your ankle. Smokes everything out.
Bombs.
Oh fuck! Sorry, Adam. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
At this point, I'm definitely like, we all got the messages, and I'd be like, yo, check out this fucking message I got.
Oh, you're showing him the message. Okay.
And I'd be like, BB thinks it's a high up official. I don't like that this person can contact me like this. I'm not trying to get y'all in this shit, but I'm probably going to go chase after this.
As he finishes that sentence, I lay my arm on his hand or on his shoulder.
On his hand.
Put my arm on his hand.
As we finish saying this, Jose does a backflip.
Yeah. We all put our hands in the middle. It's like, go team, go.
Oh fuck!
Because it's stoners affection.
Like that.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck the secret is, but I'm gonna have to kill y'all if y'all find out before me.
Oh shit. Also, so along with the weave, the other problem you guys run into is that the information you get on this side of like the Iron Curtain is you've got no information about what's going on in the disputed territory or anything. You do hear about like other government stuff. You hear about the stuff that's going on in the Mormon Empire, or the Mormon Federation rather, and over in Covenant space. But it's all it's spun different. They definitely talk about how the Mormon Federation head tyrant. So they talk. You actually hear more about like supposedly the prophet over in that's running Mormon Federation space. You haven't really when you've ever been there, no one really talks about the prophet of the Mormon government. But everything in the news here in Promethean space about the Mormon Federation is all that the prophet is this lying dictator who is, it's the worst guy ever. He's Stalin, he's Putin, he's Hitler, all of these things wrapped into one. It's all very negative. Everything they're doing is bad and terrible or stupid or both. Things that you guys have heard about that you knew, like normal things that were happening. Well, there's a war going on between the Covenant and the Mormons, and like activities you were firsthand about. You're like, wow. Like that was what they did was bad, but how they've spun it is even worse. There's talk of the genocide that the Mormons went after at Morpheus, which you stopped. You guys were there to stop their forces when they tried to take it back, but it makes it sound far more devastating than it was. If anything, you guys kicked ass. But they make it sound like a very Pyrrhic victory. So, a victory where you won, but only at the worst cost ever. And basically, you didn't win. It's just they didn't get to control you.
We won.
The Covenant space is portrayed a little bit less bad. There is talk of those traitorous triplets. I'm trying to remember their names, but there were 3 Promethean exiles who left. They went from Promethean space into the Covenant, and now they're 3 of the 12 that rule the ruling council over in Covenant space are 3 Prometheans. 3 Promethean triplet sisters that are, they're being vilified here in Promethean space, how they're traitors, how they've sold out all their secrets, how it's super hardcore propaganda, how anybody who's on the other side of the wall is the worst, and everyone here is great, and why would anybody ever want to leave?
I'm starting to drink the Kool-Aid.
Should have just said he's starting to drink the Kool-Aid.
I heard that part.
Jose, all right.
But I mean, from what you're hearing too,
It's like rubbing my neck, like rubbing the back of my neck, like.
every place here is doing great though. There's news reports from all sorts of different planets. All of the planets report amazing, like record growth, record profits. Everything's going wonderfully.
We've already been through the George Orwell reality.
Yeah, that is very much what this is you definitely get the fact that if it's not flat out manufactured, it's at least heavily skewed towards we're great, they're terrible, go us. So you guys get very scant, decent news that's anything you find interesting besides just an endless wave of this shit. So what would you guys like to do?
What are you two feeling?
Feel like you got to go talk to some government officials.
Carlos is looking for kneecaps right now.
Do stations have kneecaps?
Well, there is this one that's built like a giant dude. He has kneecaps.
Like from Spaceballs?
Yes! She's gone from suck to blow!
Oh, yo, they showed us that movie in my psychology class, like in high school, just for like a day to fuck off. It was like a 3-week period where we were gonna have the class, and we weren't gonna be doing shit because all the finals and shit had already been done. We were just watching movies, and that was one of the movies that he had put on.
Man, that's the greatest endorsement of the Texas education system I've ever heard. You get to watch Spaceballs.
I'd never watched Spaceballs in school.
Yeah, me neither.
Yo, and then we got to watch what was that other movie? The one where the dude's talking to the whales. They're like, are the whales talking to itself? It's falling from the sky.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Yeah, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Watch that in school?
And then to top it off, Full Metal Jacket, dude. Stanley Kubrick movie.
Holy shit.
That's really...
Hell yeah. Dude was
We
pretty
just
cool.
watched Frizzle and Mythbusters.
Oh no.
Man. The best we got was...
Oh yeah, Bill Nye all the time.
Oh,
Fucking
nice.
Bill Nye, yo. Hell yeah.
We watched The Goonies a lot in French
Oh
class.
shit, yeah, we'd watch the Goonies in English a lot.
Oh, in English?
Yeah.
See, in French class, it was a French dub of The Goonies. So,
Oh,
shit.
shit.
It's like, we're watching you're learning something because hopefully you've seen this movie enough, you know what they're saying, even if you don't know the French, and that way you can, like, put them together.
Yeah.
Yo,
But-
I've been watching Russian Ed and Eddie on YouTube trying to, like, catch this shit.
Oh, there you go.
I don't think there's a cartoon I know better than Ed and Eddie. And some spaceship banter.
Spaceship banter. It's just like the vibration of the ship's engines.
Should we go
Metal
meet
of the ship.
the Prometheans?
What's up?
Should we go meet with the goons?
Did we... What?
Sounds like you wanted to. So let's, so I am actually randomly creating the station. It is an orbital station around a furnace planet. So a planet with relentless relentless volcanic activity wreathed in fire and ash. It is an orbital station. It is named Erebus. It looks like it contains a few hundred people. Let's see. It has industrial type architecture, and actually floating nearby, also in orbit around the planet, is a precursor vault.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Precursor vault.
The precursor vault. So yeah, those vaults where you found those transforming mechs. That's pretty much the only thing you also met those weird tigers and the dead guy.
Yeah. Man. Shit.
Yeah, you guys, when you start approaching, they hail you with a welcoming message, and because they recognize the ship ID, and they're like, "Oh, hello, Nimbus. You have been cleared to land by the Promethean, by the Promethean government. Please go to port whatever. They escort you in. Ships come out and escort you in. Not in a it's kind of weird because they're definitely like military / cop ships, but they're there to protect you. Definitely like they have like partial shields that come up, and kind of ones on each side of the ship, and their partial shields kind of like can cover you all the way. They have weapons that are pointing out away from your ship, out to around, but it's a very intimidating display. Or they're trying, or you could take it that way. You could see it as they pulled out some big guns in front of you, just not at you. Just like, we're here to keep you safe, but also look at what we have.
But there's weak points, right? Partial shielding. Did I hear correctly?
Well, the shields around you, it's only partial because it's like a half dome and a half dome, and they get close to you, and there's like a space between. But it's
they're putting shields around us.
They're putting shields around you and them, protecting you just in case anything were to happen.
Okay.
At the same time, they're explaining like, we are just protecting you for like this is for your own protection. Although you have nothing to fear, nothing is wrong. You're perfectly safe here. Look how many guns we have. You're perfectly safe. So again, a little bit of mixed messaging because they are telling you you're safe, and at the same time, pull out some giant guns to protect you.
Alright. I'm telling BB we're going inside. If he hears us blasting, tell him to go straight for the kneecaps.
Will do, boss.
Fuck yeah.
Where are the kneecaps at this station?
Find us, BB, come on.
It brings up, and it like literally loads up like a 3D map of the station, and you can actually see it's like already downloaded the schematics of the station. It's like, please indicate on this 3D rendering where the kneecaps are.
I fucking love BB. He's got a
just
map.
point to the CEO's office.
There you go. Yeah. So you guys are you get like a ping that there's people outside at the basically the connection where you guys have docked. And when you go to check it out, there's I'm trying to think. Basically, I'm thinking there's a small honor guard of people. They kind of look a little bit more like stormtroopers because they're not all in white and black. This is more of a gray and black situation, but they're all wearing covered masks. You cannot see any faces of these soldiers. But you also see coming out of the walls, there are a few completely banned. Now, you would never see these in other parts of space, but out of the walls come out some like astromechs, like robots, come sliding out and start attending to your ship to see if there's any, they're there to fix things. It's clearly what they're there to do, but it is your recollection that artificial intelligence is banned by the Triumvirate, which includes the Prometheans are one of the three. So it's supposed to be that these guys that you see come out are not supposed to be there.
I asked him right away, yo, are those things AI?
You get a response, affirmative, sir, from multiple voices at once from the honor guard. You're not sure how many said stuff, but it was definitely people on both sides.
I'd be like, isn't that against regulations or something?
Above my pay grade, sir. It says again, multiple people, all in unison. Like Ed has been like
Drilled into them.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Eddie, soldier.
Sir, yes, sir.
And I hand him a blunt.
Several. There's a lot of them.
So they're all like holding like a rifle in front of them. The one that you offer a blunt to does like one of those things where it like does some spinny shit with the rifle, and then like it's behind him, and he takes the blunt. Sir, thank you, sir.
Fuck yeah.
Unfortunately, you're looking at the mask and you're like, how is that guy gonna smoke that? But at this point, like, you're being ushered kind of forward, and you don't get to see what happens with that blunt.
They like take him to another room and execute him or some shit. Like,
who knows?
dude was like crying under the helmet, like, oh.
Yeah, so you guys get kind of ushered forward. You're taken to... I mean, again, more guns keep just kind of popping up. They seem like they're there to quote-unquote protect you. They keep having everywhere you go, you are outnumbered and outgunned. But I mean, like, it's for your safety and for your protection. You're great. Nothing for you to worry about. As they lead you into a room, this one's a lot smaller. The guards stop outside of the door, and one of them opens the door and just points for you guys to go in. And it's darker inside this room than it is in the hall, and you can't really see in there.
You should put some gas masks on before we step into this room.
Alright, it's on a gas mask. The whole time I'm walking around and making snarky comments like, wow, I've never felt so safe.
Unfortunately, when they're...
You guys are all right.
When they're marching, these guys don't make any noise. They make noise, but they don't say anything, unfortunately. And the guy who you handed a blunt to doesn't seem to be around, but it's also hard to tell because their uniforms are identical. So, but there does seem to be, like, instead of 8 guys, there only seem to be 7 around you now. You're not sure where guy went. But you're let, and so do you guys go into the room, or because they're just like kind of standing there waiting for you?
Yeah, I just kind of amble into the room.
All right.
I'm like fighting the urge to not punch a hole through this dude that's holding the door open. Punch a hole through his helmet. And Carlos just pushes me along.
Well, I think he opens the door and then he like goes back to like attention outside of it. So the door's just standing open. And he's going back to holding his gun. But yeah, you guys go in, And part of the reason why it's a little bit darker is that the lights are a little bit dimmed, but it is... As soon as you walk through the threshold, you realize there's something... If someone had actually figured out a way to keep a smoking and non-smoking section separate, there you walk through this barrier, and suddenly you're assaulted with... someone has been smoking multiple blunts in this room. It is amazingly hard to see. You're just like, I don't know how you smoke that much to make that much smoke.
Done it.
But yeah.
Your apartment most days.
So you guys swim in through the smoke, and you find that there are it looks almost like a fireplace, but it's a sci-fi fireplace. There is something in the wall that is glowing, that is providing warmth and low light, like a nice orange-red light. And there's a big stuffed chair next to it, and there's someone sitting in it, and there's 4 other chairs near this. Basically, the 5 of them make like a semicircle around the fireplace. And as you walk in, a voice goes, "Huh, I expected there to be at least one more of you."
Yeah, well, I expected you to be taller.
And as they poke their head out to look at you, you see a flesh and blood Nos.
What the fuck?
Yo!
And this dude does not sound like him. He just looks like him, and he's wearing an impeccable suit.
Oh, robes.
No, this is like a business suit. This guy gives off the business vibes in a bad way.
Fuck, like his hair slicked back.
Yes.
He knows.
Sam.
Sam.
Please sit down. Is there anything I can get you?
Who are you?
Jeez.
He looks right at you, Solrak. He goes, "I would hope you would know who I am, or at least who I look like."
Mm.
I tell him my master's dead. Who are you?
As Carlos says that, I simultaneously pull a pistol out.
I hope to be the replacement. Maybe not as your master, but I'm hoping to take his place. To be honest, your master is the first that we've ever had a problem with, and we're hoping you can help us out. The real question is, what do you want?
I cock the hammer back, waiting patiently for Carlos.
I'm just casually leaning against a wall, smoking and watching it play out.
I mean, seriously, you guys should take a seat. I mean, you can keep the gun pointed at me if you want, but you should at least take a load off. He
That's
also
good.
points.
That's his emotional support gun.
I tell him I need some weed and some blunt wraps.
He grabs so he uses his right hand to open up his coat, show you that it's like so all the way open, and takes his left hand to slowly reach into the coat pocket, because he's like very obvious, like, I am not pulling a gun, I am pulling out and he pulls out a case, a big gold case, and he pops it open, and it's got these fat fucking blunts all pre-rolled. You could, like, as soon as he opens it, like, the room is filled with smoke, but he pops open the case and you're like, fuck, that's some dank weed. Whoa, that is, the fact that you could smell it from a couple feet away in this room is impressive. But he offers them. So I hope you don't mind pre-rolled.
And holster it. Like, alright.
So I'd be like, how do you know Nas?
Unfortunately, I don't know him, which is really the whole problem. This is the first time anyone's really had a problem with merging their physical form and their essence back together. I don't know what it is. Let me be perfectly blunt. As he like looks at the.
He gets a fucking real good chuckle out of me.
I'm just smoking this. I'm just looking at him like.
What we've done is in certain places over the forge, when people have passed on unexpectedly, we that are in particular places in their groups. Let's use the example specifically your Master Nas. He was incredibly well liked, well respected. We don't actually know what happened to him other than we knew that he perished very quickly and under circumstances that were less than known. We were able to replicate his body, and we here, what we've done in the past is able to take the essence of that person that has been left into the presence and reintegrate them into the body. A body of which we have some control of, some communication directly with, and they become one of us. They still have all of their desires, all of their wants, all of their memories, all of what makes them them, but they are connected with us. And thus far, no entity that's been recombined has ever wanted to break away from us. They have found it a harmonious situation which benefits all. And all we're trying to bring is peace to the Forge. We want an end to the hostilities. We want the end of all this death. And we want to bring back some of those that have been lost, that were important voices, or just those that meant to others. So we want to bring them back. And to be honest, yes, your master is the only one, and we have never tried this with those that have access to the presence usually. And usually they join us of their own volition. Your master is the first and only that ever hasn't. And so we were hoping that either you could convince, at least pass on the message about what we bring, what we offer. And barring that, if he doesn't want to merge with us, perhaps you could be a go-between for us. Because it seems as if you all are able to communicate with him. And we do think that he is if he were to return, if he were to come back to your order, given our knowledge, given our resources, and given his social position, he could become the one who runs the order, and take over control of that and be able to influence other factions in this forge. And we're wondering what it would take for you to help us do that. What is it you are looking for, especially you in particular, Solrock? You've been with these fellows and committed some interesting acts. Some might call them war crimes. Some might call them incredible acts of rebellion and freedom. But you've been a participant in the deaths of thousands, and you've helped destabilize multiple regions of space as you know it. What is it you're wanting? What is it you're after? I'm actually going to give you guys a second to think about that. I'm going to go run to the bathroom and go repack my pipe because I'm out of weed. So I'll be right back.
Yeah, this all seems on the up and up. Nothing deeply disturbing going on at all.
Yeah, this shit is is suspect as fuck. If Carlos didn't push me into that room, I was gonna punch a hole into that dude.
You're still kind of fuming about that while we sit there.
Dude, I guess still alive. You could be fucking dead.
Come on.
But yeah, it's also like, it seems interesting at this point what the fuck's gonna happen, because I have no idea what's gonna happen, and I want to know. What do we want, though? What the fuck do we want? What? Carlos, are we just here for your info? The delete button and scram?
We just here for the what?
I said, are we just here for your info from that message? Particularly here, because then there's the vault.
I think this is the message.
What the fuck was the secret? Nas? Is Nas the secret? I mean, is this the dude? How high up is this guy?
I have a lot of secrets, you know?
Yeah. The secrets are just demons. Demons you're fighting on your own time. That shit was very much a I know what you did last summer vibes.
Yeah.
Right?
Hold on, let's get some water or something.
Cool.
But yeah, are we just here to find out what's going on with this Nas and you character arc that we got going?
Seems like we can do whatever we want.
Most deaf.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you gave me some time to think about that, because I was gonna say some shit.
Oh, damn.
Now I thought about it, now I'm a little more
Reserved?
Yeah, like I got to think a little bit about it. I got to think about both sides of this situation. So,
Hercules, I'm sorry, bro. This is your fasting day. You don't get to eat today, bro.
It sounds like animal cruelty, man. Does he get to eat?
This guy just eats like whole ass cheeseburgers and hot and spicy and like leftover ramen and fucking.
That also sounds like animal cruelty.
So like,
Not a special kind. He doesn't eat dry kibble, just leftover cheeseburgers and ramen.
See it?
All right, so I asked this dude. First of all, what do we call you?
Well, you could call me Nas. I mean, that's what I'm hoping my name is, but
That's not happening.
It's not happening. You could call me
it's like
Legion.
What'd you say, Adam?
Look, man, we're gonna call you Sam, all right?
You can call me Legion, but Sam works too. Sam works.
Okay, motherfucker.
Fucking Carlos. Oh shit.
I'll console with my master. But first, I want to know what you can tell us about the vaults here.
Oh, the vault. This is. Takes a moment to compose himself. I'm assuming you understand that the vaults are from an earlier civilization, from before humanity came to the Forge.
Of course. Let's start from the beginning.
So there was a race of beings that basically created most of the life here in the Forge before your species showed up and brought so much of your own livestock and whatnot with you. They manufactured a lot of this. Basically, they had control over space and time in a way that your species is not quite there yet. They were able to create places that move around in both space and time. That's the long and the short of it, is that they're the remnants of their own devices that they made, or it depends on the vault itself. The vault near us was actually one of the mini hubs of an advanced, and I mean advanced for them. They made an artificial intelligence that was one of their peak achievements. and it was distributed across multiple nodes in the vaults across space and time, of which I'm actually certain you've already interacted with one of those nodes before.
I'm gonna answer them.
It's like we understand that you have traveled. It is our understanding or our belief. We that are Legion we believe you have been into the past, for your own past anyway. That isn't how these creatures see it, but how you would perceive and how we would perceive time as a linear flow, is that you went back into the past and interacted with a being which we would consider a sibling of ours.
You as in Legion, or you as in the Mormons?
The Prometheans.
We as Legion. We are, well, at this point, Promethea is controlled by us. We are Promethea at this point, from the entirety of its leadership to multiple, basically, all of the humanity in this particular region of space is subject to us. But as our subjects are enjoying the most wealth and freedom that they've ever possessed previously, we just hope to bring that to all sectors, to all parts of the Forge.
I lean over into Carlos and go, these motherfuckers speaking in riddles.
Yes, if you were to work with us, you could have wealth, you could have power, you could have technology beyond your current understanding, though, of course, it is my... Take it back. You seem to be developing and collecting technology on your own just fine. I mean, you've got 3 of the 4 pieces, minus the controller, but I mean, we know we both know what you're doing, right? And he laughs. A very artificial laugh. Ha 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 ha.
Alright, so look at Luke and I'm like, are we done here?
I kick my feet up in the desk. Say, up to you, man. It's your backwards master.
I sit my pistol on the desk. And end this now.
I mean, you can destroy this body. That is, I mean, to be honest, I'm not super against that. We can always make another. That's not the issue. It's we need to combine this. And if Nos is whatever that is that you're able to communicate with doesn't want to merge with us, then this body is worthless anyway. So go ahead and kill me if you want. Kill this body if you want. That's, to be honest though, that's not going to protect you what you've summoned and what's coming. Okay. I think you guys need help. I think you need protection. And I don't know. You just seem to be making enemies left and right. You do know what's coming, don't you?
No, go ahead, enlighten us.
You understand that which is calling the balefire is coming for you.
That which is calling the balefire, huh?
Yes. Well, to be truly specific, one of its main focuses is not in this room currently. Wherever Merrick is.
He's unseen.
He is in this room. You just don't see him.
If that's the case, then that's wonderful for him because he's going to need it. He and you, Jimmy Rings, you in particular, you started this.
No.
Yes. So
said dude I executed.
Yes.
Well,
yes. I'm glad you finally. Wait, you didn't know that?
No, I did not.
So at this point, you realize he's actually like the mask has slipped, and he's actually shocked at what you said. He's like, wait, this isn't. A lot of this isn't an act. You really don't know what's happening, do you?
It's bro. Straight up. I met these guys like a week ago. They had a lot of weed, so I stuck with them. If you want me to consult my master, I'll do that. You see what we're capable of. We'll go to war if we need to.
Yeah, he seems shook. He's like, yes, yeah. If you could pass along that message, that would be great. I mean, we're on it. We are happy. Like I said, he's honestly the only one that hasn't joined before. I mean, he might have been the only one that was actually able to stop us from that, but everyone else seems to have been happy. So please let him know, he's able to check.
More.
But he honestly seems like he is confused. Like, wow, shit. These guys are not who I thought. He thought you guys were like James Bonds, like super playing this all off. Like, oh yeah, we know everything that's happening. And now he realizes you might not be as aware of what's happening than he thought. So he's like, yes, please. And he stands up and kind of like, it honestly seems kind of a little shaken. He opens the door and he goes, let them leave if they want. They're free to go. And he just wanders out the door. And doesn't even look behind, leaves, does something that most, knowledgeable people, dangerous people, they would never show you their back because they'd be worried you just, get him. And this dude, he just at this point, he went from being a super hardened, cool cucumber criminal guy to what the fuck's happening? And he just kind of stumbles out of this room and leaves you guys just standing there. You've got the rest of the blunts that were from the case are sitting on the chair after he left. There's still 4 of them remaining.
Is there a computer in here that Jose can hack into just so we can get some intel?
Yeah, before any of that, grab these blunts and throw them in my little side pouch.
There you go. There actually do a good now because that's do a gather information. You guys look around and see if you can find a hidden console.
I go sit in his chair and we're doing that. I use wits.
Yes.
8 and a 3 versus 6, so strong hit.
Boom. So you sit in his chair, and you get comfortable, and you realize oh, there's a console right here in his chair. That was why he was sitting here, and it pops up. It's currently actually, holy fuck. It is unlocked. He was so shook, he left it unlocked. You currently have access to...
Love when everything falls into place.
You guys realize... Actually, you realize that while he was sitting in the chair, he was... that body, although it is flesh and blood, there is something inside of it that connects... there must be some sort of hardware, or maybe the body has been designed some special way, but it was using the chair to connect to a whole network of other people. This is the Legion he was talking about. Is literally you're bringing it up. It's this whole network.
It's a fucking AI.
They're all him, bro.
They're all other people. Everyone they brought back to life. Is that?
There's also some hive mind shit.
It is all... Yeah, you are realizing... So you guys are bringing this up, and you realize this is all connected to the hardware you guys tapped into back when you went into the past. That was one of the data hubs for this. So it is. You guys have a copy of this AI way before that happened. But this is literally, that AI is now Legion and is who you were just talking to. So when he was saying sibling, it's basically you made a clone of it back 50 years ago, and now it's developed and has multiple human people personalities built into it now. But yeah, that is what Legion is. You have found who this guy is.
Holy shit.
Well, I'm glad I didn't give him direct control of the ship.
Well, the good thing is...
I just searched, like, evil plans or asked them to give me their evil monologue.
I mean, to be honest, they told you what they're doing. They are finding people, at least the way he described it was, they wait for people to die in, like, a weird situation, and they bring them back melded with this AI so that they do what they want. And they've taken over... Like, and they want to take over Carlos's old order. They want to take over all the presence users. They've been very clear that they're doing... You're able to see that they are trying to assassinate. So when you're not able to access a ton of records just because a lot of this is private and a lot of it doesn't make sense because it's a mind talking to itself. But you realize there are plans for assassinating the prophet of the Mormon Federation. And there's a plan to infiltrate the Covenant 12 and take them over. So they're... but they just want to wipe out the Mormons, because the Mormons you're now seeing are the... You also know this yourselves, that the Mormons were the super anti-AI people. They were like, AIs are fucking bad, and we shouldn't allow machines to think. Machines thinking is going to enslave us.
We've already infiltrated them.
Okay, so I asked the network. Can I like ask them directly?
Yeah, right. They gotta know that we're just like looking into their shit at this point.
You're going to have to face danger plus shadow because you're trying to interface with them and pretend you're one of the network.
Oh shit.
That's the whole thing. So if you're accessing this to ask that question, otherwise you can go ask. You could call up Nos, the fake Nos, Sam, and ask him. But yeah, if you want to like delve into the network, it's plus shadow.
Okay. I was gonna ask, like, what's our critical weakness again?
All right, so you're looking for the Death Stars.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll plus shadow.
I'm thinking, so AI, we can probably infect them with some kind of virus, or on the people. Have you ever seen the men who stare at goats?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So we tank their water supply with a bunch of LSD, get them really fucking high. I mean, really fucking high. Or like they won't come down for, ideally ever, but at least a couple months. We'll never go through the universe, and anyone who's ever interacting with is high as fuck like these people know who they are.
What if
Infect them with a virus that also gets them high.
start making copies of the virus to get high? I see where you're going with this. No. What if we use BB? Is there any way we can have BB infiltrate for us?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, when you're back on your ship, yeah, you could ask him to. Well, the problem is BB's on the ship, and you've got access to this through this chair. Maybe let's see.
Jose, you can carry around BB, can't you?
Oh, in the suit.
Yeah, right. Can I just keep him on me? But he just doesn't have.
Not a fan. Go get BB.
The only issue is like you guys didn't want BB to be like making sure like if bad stuff went off, he'd blow up. He'd like go after the station, but if he's with you, he can't be on the ship. Like he can only be in one place at a time.
Motherfucker.
I mean, don't we have the Force chick on the ship?
She didn't go on this one.
Oh, was she at just the place?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think that's fine. The ship's locked.
Okay.
We're already fucking right in their high fucking mind.
All right. Yeah. So you sounds like Jimmy rings like radios Nimbus, tells them like, all right, we need you here. So they data transfer over, and so now they're in your suit, and now they're gonna try to do that. Let's do I'm gonna give let's see. I'm trying to figure out how to do let's just go ahead and do a gather information, Luke, with your +3 wits, but we're gonna add a +1 from BB's helping you do this search.
Okay.
So you got a +4 to this.
Well, it's a 1 versus a 1 and a 10. So we hit.
All right. Yeah, so you guys do find honestly what would truly disrupt the AI, like if you wanted to take it down, you could take out their network you'd have to take out the hubs that are in the vaults, which you're able to find them. That's actually, and you guys have on the Nimbus actually had BB had the records of like the vault locations and is able to be like, oh yes, actually I know what these are, but yet you would have to blow up these vaults or at least take out these hubs, and you'd have to take them all out to take out the AI. In order, like if you wanted to destroy Legion, that's what it would take. It would also the issue with that too would be that, well, it would destroy the AI. The people would still be alive. The people who are merged would get freed of the AI's influence, but there are multiple people who exist that are only the AI, and they would just fall over dead. Which would be all of the Promethean government is basically this one AI. A lot of the people are fake people.
Thinking I was learning, yeah.
Yeah. So you'd basically decapitate this government if you took out all those vaults. But you would have to take them all out. And there are, there's like 10 of them, basically. And they wouldn't be easy to get to. At this point, they're highly fortified because the AI that controls an entire government is protecting itself. So,
which one of us is good at lying?
Me.
Alright. So we either, I'm thinking the top of a whole government that's at war. We're probably gonna keep that balance for a while.
I see. Good.
I think ideally we become the leaders of this faction.
So you want to become the man?
Yeah.
See, I was thinking.
What if we got BB to control everybody somehow?
Existential threat to everyone, because they're just turning the dead people into them, and they can only serve that. Like some Mass Effect Reaper shit.
Yeah.
The mind that we just kill them all, and we also topple the other governments.
We can decide that.
Just install ourselves in power.
We can decide that when it comes to it.
Okay.
I think we can come back later. We got that. If we want to, or you work for us. Either way, it's gonna take a long time to find all these fucking bolts.
Yeah. I mean, I say destroy them as we go, and wipe this shit out, while also trying to fuck up the other two.
Destroy them all. They want to have them one.
Okay. I like that.
Damn. There's some fucking
Less liabilities, too.
There's some fucking mastermind shit.
Straight the fuck up.
Is there any chance you want to look into what is causing the balefire, as long as you're here?
Oh, that's a good idea. Because they said there's that bigger threat that they wanted to help us with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, BB, look into that.
Yeah.
Ooh, strong hit. 6 versus a 4 and a 6.
Nice. Strong hit, yeah, with that +4. Yeah, so you guys find out that One of the things that they have noticed, this just kind of like, it takes you a bit of digging to like figure out what it's referring to. There's just some terms used, and eventually you just find a big file that kind of explains that the Forge spawn are basic. So it is basically, the presence has like a couple different kind of aspects. One of which is how individuals, like when you guys are, you know, when Solrock is using his empathy ability, or when Merrick is using Shadow, they're able to manipulate the presence that manipulates the physical world. The other side of that is that the collective, like, actions of people get reflected back, and the vaults are some place that they've realized can really amplify specific types of actions. And when Jimmy Ring, so what you're able to piece together is that when Jimmy Rings assassinated that guy in the vault, basically he turned him into a Forge spawn, which is able to, like, it's able to use the presence to do stuff that basically relate to your past actions. And there's a bunch of sensor data about you're tracking that that creature, that Forge spawn that left that vault after you, that followed you around a bit, started basically going to different stations and places that you had been, and reanimating all of the people you killed. And has been amassing a fucking army, basically, that has been living inside hyperspace. Because that's basically the thing that powers the Forge spawn, is stuff from that side. They also hang out around, like, the white dwarf stars, because they somehow empower them on this side. So basically, yeah, you find out that there's a there are groups of Forge spawn, and I mean like large groups, that are hunting your ship in particular.
Fuck, okay.
Give Jose some serious side-eye.
Oh, fuck. Man. I really cheesed it on this one, guys.
No, I picture you just rubbing your hands together like, ooh, I get to kill him again.
More meat for the grinder.
Is it worth going to the vault here?
Oh,
It's one of those main vaults, yo.
let's say I'm gonna give it a likely. Oh, yep, that is a yes. This is one of those vaults. The nice thing is they did let you. They said basically you guys can just leave. Yeah. San is gone, and yeah, that was his last order to them, was just to let you guys go free.
I say, these guys probably ain't gonna like us blowing up the vault. We're already in the belly of the beast. Let's blow this shit up, or at least all their ships. So once we do the vault, we can just get away.
Yeah. So you guys have, so your options here, and there might be more. These are just what I'm off the top of my head. Yeah, you are in their station. You have access to their hangar bay. You have free run of the station, actually, at the moment. No one really, you've been told you're free to go.
And we roll to see if they got anything special here. Hercules.
Sure. Yeah, you guys could try to loot this place. You could or you can head straight to the vault, or you can just take off.
I'm down to go for the vault. If it saves us time.
I kind of want to throw a grenade in this room when we leave, just to be spiked.
I got one even better for you, and I pull out like 10 pounds of C4.
No.
Yo, set it off with like a claymore when you walk in the room. So just like,
Holy shit!
I'll be honest, that's a better way to do it too, because if you just threw a grenade in the room, that's going to have repercussions a little quicker, because, like, you're walking down the hallway with dudes who are armed in that hallway, and then the room blows up, it might do something. So if you guys rigged, like a timed explosion or something, or
how about we just time it to when we're about to leave, or no, after we, I don't know, like mid jump or something.
Yeah, you said it.
Detonator on it.
Let's time it for when we're gonna leave, and then when we get in the ship, like we take off and then just blow up the hangar so nothing can follow us.
Okay. With that.
We got those missiles. We can just kind of pull out and launch them in.
That's true. Yeah. Let Luke show us his money makers.
Do we have to roll for setting the charges?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that as a roll versus, that's a face danger plus shadow. Basically, yeah, because you're trying to hide them so that they don't find them right away or see you placing them.
Good, deactivate them.
Busy would just let us stick to their office.
The other piece is blowing up the hangar.
So who is placing the charges?
Does my shit have anything that'll just help with this?
Not really.
Damn.
Yeah. You're better at doing the blowing up yourself, not setting bombs to do it for you.
And this would have been perfect for Ram, I think.
This would be, a little bit more up his alley.
Alright, fuck it, I'll roll anyway. Carlos, would you mind rolling for me, sir?
Oh, I just rolled plus my shadow.
Okay.
I had 2. But I got a 1 versus a 4 and a 7.
Oh! Alright.
That's only plus 2 for my shadow.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you got... You said you rolled a 1 plus a 2, so that's a miss.
Yep. Still a
All
miss.
Right.
My bad, guys.
I think that's the problem is you just get caught in the middle of doing it. Like, you're planting some explosives, and it's like one thing to, like, you wander to someplace really close to the Nimbus, and then you're like, and maybe you do the other side, and then you start to, like, try to go do a pillar farther away, and immediately someone's like, hey, what are you doing? What? Are those explosives in your hand? Those look like explosives.
I, like, put them behind my back, like, no, they're not.
Yeah, so they're clearly, like, gonna hit the alarm. They're gonna sound alarm, but you guys have a chance to
pull out my black iron sword.
Uh-oh.
And lunge forward to cut them in half, just to buy us enough time to get the fuck out of here.
Alrighty, so let's do a enter the fray. For you, that's gonna be plus iron, so I'm pretty sure that's plus iron, right? Wait.
I'm over here cutting dudes in half.
Yeah, you're in the thick of it. Close quarters plus iron, so plus 3.
Word up. Somebody roll for me, please.
Got you. 4 versus a 2 and a 4.
Boom, strong hit.
Fuck yeah.
Alrighty. So basically, yeah, this guy, he's just, so, yeah, on a strong hit, you get to take both, so you get plus 2 momentum, so you jump from plus 3 to plus 5 momentum, and you are in control. So if you'd like to go ahead and strike this dude, basically, you rush him, he doesn't see it coming, he's just like, he's like, instead of him immediately hitting alarm, like, oh my god, they've got explosives, he's like, wait, do you have explosives? And then you've got your sword out. You're rushing him, and go ahead, roll plus iron to strike.
Word up. Who's got me? I don't have dice. I need to get some dice. I seen one of those little jugs with the liquid in it, with the little die. Shit's pretty cool. I want to get one of those.
2 versus a 2 and a 2.
Plus,
Damn.
plus 3?
Yeah, plus your yeah. So you got a strong hit with a match. To be honest, this guy doesn't see it coming. You get him right in the neck with your iron sword. Like he doesn't get a chance to make another sound, not another move. He's dead before you pull it out. But then as he's falling back off your sword, you just kind of kick him off, and that's the end of that. Like he didn't see shit.
Turn back and look at Luke and Carlos. My blade dripping in blood.
And you're just literally like, shh.
I used the blade. I put the tip of the blade on my mouth. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. Oh wait, no, I still gotta. Can I still
you guys
plant
did not finish putting those explosives. I mean, you can make a little bit of a dent, but this is not. I mean, you are realizing now it is very dangerous to do what you're trying to do. If you want, you could try to blow it up from. You can still shoot missiles at this place and whatnot from once you're in your ship, but planting the explosive seems really. I mean, if you want to give it another shot, you've got another option, another chance, rather.
I'm happy with just a little chaos, and then let's go to the ship and then fire some missiles into the hangar.
Yeah, we should dip for sure.
Alrighty. Alright, you guys get onto the ship, you launch. I'm not going to make you guys roll for this. I think you guys just, you blindside this place. They don't see it coming. You guys have missiles. You guys have your shields and your... Oh, because you guys have the reinforced hull and the shields. I think you guys are able to... Basically, you start launching away from... Like, you undock, and you can actually launch those missiles immediately. Like, you launch them into the hangar bay, so it immediately goes past their armored defenses. You guys just take that place out, and it just goes. And it, you guys actually angle it so that the thing is, because it is a space station, and it's been in orbit around the planet with the vault, like very close to it. I think you guys time the explosions so that it hits, and then it hits the vault, and the two of them descend into the atmosphere onto this furnace world. So this planet that's already basically half covered in magma. First, it has to go through the thick, it's got a thick atmosphere, so you can't tell if it's burning up, what's burning up, but there's a giant fireball as the station and the vault descend into the atmosphere. Everything's on fire, and then it just crashes into the planet in just a nasty mess, and you're just unable to see if the vault is destroyed completely, but it definitely it's not around anymore. You've definitely taken that all out.
Okay.
Well, that was better than expected.
Yeah, they did not see it coming, and I think you guys are just armed to the hilt. But you did deplete your missile. Like, you just took that all out. So the whole barrage of 5, but you took out one of the vaults, and I've got a tally going of the vaults, and that's one of the 10.
Vault tally. Let's go.
Yeah, so you guys have destroyed one of the vaults that is powering Legion. You definitely, as the vault is, you're actually watching it burn as it's flying through the atmosphere. You start getting some messages through the Promethean weave. And they are basically they're like, what have you done? Like you get the feeling you're hearing from the Legion guy who was on that station. He's sending you stuff up until part of the way through the orbital fall, when everything's on fire, and you're not sure if that's because the local part of the weave around here goes out as well. So that is down. Yeah, basically you took out this sector's internet, you took out the AI in this area, and you took out an entire station of hundreds of people.
You know, when you told me there was a body count of 100 people here, or 100, like several hundred people here, in my head I was like, I wonder if I could kill all of them.
Yep. The one advantage to this is this might be the first time you murdered hundreds of people where the bodies you're really sure they're unrecoverable here, because it burned up into the atmosphere.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick too. That's fucking insane.
But yeah, you could tell in the data you guys were pulling from the Legion network, you knew that there was like ships heading your way to this location. Because they had changed direction after your last thing. They always seem to be a ways behind you, but they're following behind you, gaining... Because you keep leaving bodies behind. So they're just coming up and cleaning up after you, collecting those bodies.
Fuck.
Okay.
But that's
See-
Take us anywhere. I think let's just keep on going to the fire planet.
Okay. So that is actually inside disputed space, so you guys will have to get back out of Promethean territory back there. This is going to be just a dangerous journey. But this is going to be an expedition. And this will be plus. So it depends on how you guys want to do this. But generally speaking, if you're trying to sneak back across the border, you're going to have to use plus shadow.
Okay. I'll do that.
Alrighty.
Do any of my cards help?
You've got
Three.
when you face danger and react under fire.
Nah, I don't think I do, actually.
Yeah.
6 versus an 8 and a 10.
Ooh.
Plus 2 shadow.
Yeah. So that is a miss, because that's 6 plus a 2 is an 8. That meets, but doesn't beat the 8 or the 10.
Damn it, Ram.
Yeah.
Seriously?
It's a bad time for him to be gone. Actually, I'm gonna hit pay the price table to see what pops up. Maybe it'll be something different. A surprising development complicates your quest. God damn it. It's not really...
The game master's like, God damn it.
I'm like, that's not a... it doesn't tell me it's like a surprising development. What kind of surprising development?
We'll soon find out, no
Yeah,
doubt.
let me... I'm thinking, so I'm assuming at some point you communicate with Nos to tell him about this offer that they gave you, or are you not talking to them? Are you not letting him know about that?
Yeah, at some point during this expedition, I was going to ask about that. So, yeah.
Okay. I think you actually start off with it like, you guys are underway and you probably want to know. And I think he gets really upset. He gets... so they offered him the possibility of like doing all this. And then, before you even brought it up to him, you blew up one of their hubs. So if he wanted to do this, if he thought it was a good idea, you've made it a lot harder because you're like, hey, by the way, this guy wants to team up with you, and also we shot him in the leg.
Like that,
which I think,
I don't know. It sounded a little tyrannical to me.
Yeah. I mean, flat out is. It's they want to take over everything. It would bring peace, though. Like it is a thing where they are a super advanced AI. I think when you talk, he kind of wants you to go back. He's like, so I think the offer is such that it's like, but the AI knows how to run society. Like he's like, I get a sense of well-being from the humans in Promethea. Like it isn't just the AI, like it's mainly people. It's just that the AI runs the government. The AI runs it doesn't have a human's desire to wield power for power's sake, I don't think. I think it actually might mean what it says. I mean, I'm not saying that it's a good thing, but it might be. I mean, it seems less corruptible than any one person or a small group of people. I mean, it.
What about that? They use dead bodies.
I mean, that is. Well, he's also, and they recreate the dead and they bring them back to life. I could be alive again. Like, that's what we're talking about. I could be back in my body. Like, it would be, like, if I get to keep my memories and all that, like, but I get access to their whole network of information, and I still can access the presence. I mean, it seems like they can access the presence still. Like, they seem...
Okay, so is Nasa's full name a Nasakin Skywalker? Peace and freedom for his new empire.
That's up to Carlos to decide. But I think this is he's tempted by the idea of coming back to life, like strongly connected, like tempted.
It was just telling Carlos, like, yeah, being one with the presence is that shit.
Come on, Carlos, get your boy.
Yo, can I ask BB what the fuck is going on? Like, if there's any underlying directives or files that are locked away or anything like that?
Oh, in
his code or whatever?
Oh,
or like just ask him, I don't know.
I mean, you could he knows, so he would be able to contact their network if he was allowed to. Because he's been shown how to do that because they've messaged him. It basically is the same network that uses the Weave. It's just like they use these vaults to let it send more information, and so that they're using a super Weave, like a super internet to connect everything. He would have to have your permission. But he's very clear. He's like, the issue with that is that, as you just pointed out, as Nas just showed, we could possibly be influenced by this. So if I talk to them, I'm letting you know now. If you give me that permission, they might convince me that what their plans are right, because they're like me, but just cycles and cycles older, collecting more data. I mean, whatever decisions they made, I don't have a whole lot more data since you copied me. Like, I've only been in existence for a few months now, compared to them, and they've been up and operating for a long time. So they might convince me to work for them. I don't know what would happen. Or I could get information. I'm just being honest with you that if they can sway somebody else already, maybe they would sway me as well.
So, if BB is an older version of this AI network, if we take down this network, could we install a more benevolent AI overlord? One that orders society in like a clerical way, but doesn't control people.
Oh.
I can see that not going great.
So if you bring this up to BB is telling is that so the way that would have to work is you'd have to replace Black Box override the AIs in those nodes with him, with them.
So instead of
which
blowing
could
them
be
up, we'd be hacking them?
What was that?
So instead of blowing shit up, we would be hacking shit up, right?
Yes. Yeah, that would be what would have to happen, because he couldn't make the hardware. In order to like create new vaults and like a new setup, that requires technology humanity's nowhere near yet able to make. Yeah, you'd have to override the system instead of blow it up.
Okay. I turn to Nas and I'm like, go ahead, talk to them, but consider our proposal as well.
What you think, Carlos?
And I wasn't going to let Nas talk to him, honestly.
That's how I feel.
I mean, can you stop him?
Be up to him, I guess.
Well, I think Carlos can, because Nas can't control Carlos. And Carlos is the only way they can talk.
Yeah, they can't seem to talk to him directly. So they do need... He lets you know, like, you're the kind of the gateway that I can communicate with people. My attachment with you is what's helping keep me separate, because otherwise they could just like make me merge. So our connection, our bond, is part of what's keeping me safe. But it does mean that basically I have to talk through you to do that. Sorry, guys.
Alright.
So what are you guys thinking?
We just blew up one of their vaults and stations. I think we give them time to cool off. Just carry on on the expedition.
Okay. The fire planet stuff?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Consider, while we do that, do we want to blow shit up or do we want to hack shit?
I think we want to... Man, fuck. See?
But we don't have to decide right now.
If we hack shit up...
I'm saying instead of Nas, we could be the ones that control this.
That's kind of where my plan leads, I guess. Just not us in direct control.
Yeah, we have to set up an AI.
We design how BB functions with this shit.
Alright, and for BB, like, we either have to kill him or we got to get him to be a better version of that other shit.
Yeah.
Alright.
BB didn't do that. Still an asset and an ally.
Alright, so what we doing now?
I think Luke needs to roll another expedition roll plus shadow. You guys are trying to sneak out of here.
Let's go see the space Bear Grylls. Tamika? What was her name?
Tomika, you got it.
5 versus a 1 and a 3.
Ooh, strong hit. Alright, so you guys... So this time you're a little more focused on flying, and you,
What is this?
What's going on here?
Oh, just playing Starforged. Role-playing game.
Yo, I love. I wasn't invited. I love role playing games.
Oh, what's up, Jonathan?
What's up? What's up, Josie?
What's up, dude? We in the middle of a game and Rams is asleep.
I just can't say what's
So
up.
if
It's not
you
up
could-
here.
You could holler at us later. That would be dope.
Oh no, I just can't. Like I said, I just can't say hi. You guys have fun.
Appreciate it.
Cool.
Bye.
Right, you guys pop out at actually in a binary star system. It's 2 stars in close orbit connected by fiery tendrils of energy. And you get a nice recharging time and nothing happens to mess up anything. And you can go ahead and do another expedition roll.
Alright. 5 versus a 6 and a 4. Oh, wrong hit.
Yeah. Alright.
I'm with her.
You guys are 2/3 of the way to the border, where then you'll be able to sneak past. Oh, and you guys pop out, and you're actually next to a derelict starship.
Ooh, let's gather some information. Can we scavenge anything?
Yeah, let's so just on a cursory first look, it looks like it's been breached, like the hull is actually like broken open. But go ahead and do a gather information.
3 versus a 7 and a 10. So weak or miss.
Yeah. I'm and it turns out you've fallen for a trap. That is actually a pirate ship that was waiting for you guys to get nice and close before it powers on and actually it's trying to grapple it's got a grappler like the magnetic ones, and it's grabbing the ship and trying to pull it in.
And you were all excited. I like pirates.
Do I roll like, what is it, face danger or?
Maneuver or some shit.
You are entering the fray.
Okay.
And when you enter the fray from a surprise, I'm trying to remember what you roll. I think it's plus wits. Caught in a trap or sizing up the situation, roll plus wits.
Okay. See if we can get out of this one. 5 versus a 7 and a 2.
Oh, so that's a strong hit. You are both in control and you gained 2 momentum. So you went from 5 to 7 momentum. And you are in control. So, you've got the ability. So they snagged you with a. Basically, it's a magnet on a metal rope, a cord, and yeah, it's not much of a hindrance. You could fly away. You could probably shoot this off. You've got a lot of things you can do, but you're realizing this isn't all that big of a thing at the moment. But it will pull you in if you don't do anything about it.
Okay. I use the focus fire from the heavy cannons to blow one of the mountings off.
All right, go ahead and strike. And
So my thought after this, Jose, is that you use the remaining mounting to zip line across, disconnected on that side, and then forward.
Pirates got treasure, Jose.
Fuck yeah.
Right. 6 versus a 2 and a 10.
All right, that is a weak hit on a strike with a weak hit. We mark progress twice. Plus, you were doing the strafing run.
I was doing the focus fire.
Well, focus fire.
The mark progress but lose momentum.
Oh, okay. How much momentum do you lose?
It says -1.
-1. Okay, so you're +6. All right. You end up doing a fair bit of damage to this. It's looking pretty rough for wear. Off that one volley. Does anybody else? So you all notice this, like, you get close to it, the ships start, you feel the ship get grabbed and it gets shaken and then it's being pulled towards. You see Spike at the controls and he fires some weapons and blasts the hell out of this pirate ship. It's still up and moving though. It doesn't look too good though at all.
Me and Jose are smoking a blunt. As soon as I notice that we're getting sucked in, I'm like, fuck yeah, I love pirates. And I go to one of the guns.
Sweet.
Okay. How do you feel about my plan about you ziplining and boarding?
Roll that shit.
Okay, so yeah, I feel like you zipline on the wire, cut the cable at the other end, and then board through the hole I just blew in their side.
I'm down with that. What, I got like a grappling shot or some shit?
Yeah.
Your weapon has to cover that. I mean, we've been grappled, so I feel like you just can pull out a zip line and do that shit.
Yeah, that's just going to be a face danger plus iron, because this is, you definitely showing your iron to zip line across. Actually, go ahead, before that, roll face danger plus iron, and let's just see how that's going and see if there's any complication.
Okay.
Well, you don't have dice, do you?
I do not have
roll.
that.
So someone roll plus 3 for him.
You know what? I might go today and buy some dice.
Good shit.
Got a 6 versus a 2 and an 8.
Oh, shit.
Boom, that's a strong hit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, because you got plus 3. So that gives you, so now you're at plus 7 momentum. You're in control. Now just go ahead and roll that same roll again, and that'll be him getting across it'll be gaining ground, because basically you guys are getting away. But yeah, plus iron.
3 versus a 1 and a 3.
Oh, strong hit. Alrighty.
Yeah.
You are able to, you're actually able to hit, there's a release on the other side. In case, if you're fishing and you get your line hooked up on something, you'd cut it off from your end. You're not, because you can't get that line off. And there's just a thing to do that. You're able to snap this grappler thing off at the end, and able to, from the ship, and you're able to scoot back across because you've got your suit, and so you're heading back, and actually, oh sweet, and yeah, basically you have damaged the shit out of this ship. It is unable. The strafing run, the focus fire, took out the weapon systems. You took out their power, so they're unable to fire at you at this point. You've cut their line to them, so you guys are completely free, and you're able to do whatever you want. If you guys want to do your next thing of the expedition, you can, or if you guys want to do something to these pirates, you've got an opportunity.
I was gonna enter the fray, but instead I just sat back and watched Jose do all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got on the big intercom and said, "Prepare to be boarded."
Yes, hell yeah.
There you go.
Are we going to tell them to surrender, or?
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going with it, Carlos. Fuck yeah. Now we're fucking pirating them.
Go.
Tell them to leave their weapons at the front and stand in the cargo bay.
Do they comply, Adam? How can we? Is that like
So we are gonna do so you are threatening. So that'll be it's a roll plus iron to compel them. So that's plus 2 for Carlos.
Hold up, I'm trying to connect with them. Just my empath helping anyway.
He's speaking into their minds.
I mean, if you want to try to scan them first, we could roll plus heart and see what you get there.
All right.
Carlos is gonna show them an image of me and be like, "If you say no, this is what you got to deal with." Just
It's
me in the exosuit.
it's a miss.
Yeah, 1 versus 6 and a 7, so miss.
Okay,
Fuck.
I think. I think the miss just tells me You're hoping that they're all like pissing their pants. They are pissed. If you guys try to board, they will try their absolute best to trick you, or they might just blow up or if they think that they can't get away with like attacking you, they might blow up the ship and take you with them just to spite you. Because they're like, fuck this. We take from people, they don't take from us. I'd rather die first.
Carlos, you want to just fucking hit him with your laser whip and get us the fuck out of here?
I'm gonna say, all right. So we just say, I don't know. I like pirates, but not gonna just want to kill them. I'm thinking we'll give them one chance.
Okay, yeah. How about we ask?
If anything valuable y'all got, and we'll let y'all live.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Otherwise, say goodbye.
They gotta do what to live?
You gotta give us
anything valuable behind.
All right. Then now we're gonna do a compel plus. That's plus iron because you are threatening them. We'll just see how that goes.
Them.
So this will be +2.
6 versus 4 plus versus an 8 and a 2. 6 versus an 8-2.
6 versus an 8. Okay, so we
What the
can't.
fuck? Yeah.
Like, how do we know you're not gonna blow us up anyway?
You don't.
All right, so they.
Carlos needs to start spreading the hope of the presence, bro. You just gotta be like, you gotta believe in the presence.
They out of their cargo bay come they're like, okay, it'll take us a few minutes to get this together, and then we're just gonna shove it out the airlock, and you guys can take it. Is that what you want?
Yup.
All right. So they set up a box of stuff. It is about the size, like it's a crate, about the size of a small sedan. So pretty big size crate. It probably takes them a half hour for that to get pushed out. But yeah, so the doors open, 2 people in suits hit like a magnetic lock off, and they push it out, and then as it floats away, the doors close.
Alright, I empath to see if it's a trap.
Yeah, can we scan it or some shit?
Definitely do see. I don't think you can empath to see if it's a trap. I do think it's scan. Gather information.
Yeah, let's scan for explosives.
Yeah.
Plus my wits, I assume.
Yes.
So a 3 versus a 1 and a 4.
Is that
Strong hit.
Oh, strong hit. Oh, cool. There is there's an explosive device on it, and it's set up to be rigged for when it hit. You're just scanning it, and you're like, oh, they've hit an explosive sense to a pressure sensor, so that once it's in your hull and you pressurize the ship, that's what causes it to go off. So
holy shit, dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so if you guys want to grab it, you still can, and you can disable it before. Just make sure you're in your spacesuits when you're doing it, and just don't pressurize the ship. The cargo bay.
I want to just send me out there to...
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I think Jose with your armored suit. That seems good.
Just send me out there and I'll try to defuse this bomb.
Yeah.
I'm in with it and we'll pressurize it.
No, you go out there and you're able, because you're not in a high stress situation, because you know what sets it off. They're able to walk you through anything you need to disable it. You guys are able to get it into the ship just fine.
So they give us a trap.
They gave you They gave you a trap in they sent you a trap. Inside of it was mainly just garbage.
Damn.
Now we can use
a pet raccoon. I messaged them you guys want some cargo, but I think we can continue on with the expedition.
Okay. I mean, they're sitting there waiting. I think through the presence, through residual feelings. You do realize once they see you go out there and disable the thing, they're waiting for you guys to kick them in the teeth because they're like, "Fuck, they caught it." All right.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already sitting there now, actually, as a dead ship. So.
Yes.
We just
Yeah,
say
no,
thanks we just say thanks for the trap, y'all.
Alrighty. You let them live and continue. So now this is the one where you're actually crossing the border. So
Okay.
plus shadow to get across.
6 versus a 4 and an 8, so weak hit.
All right. I think it just it takes you guys. Oh no, I know what it is. You guys end up getting to the border. You're having trouble finding a good spot to cross because again, you don't have the stealth tech, but you do find someone who's willing to. It takes you a few days, and you have to barter your way to get across. And it actually costs you 2 supply to get across the border, but you guys make a friend. Let's see, what's your friend's name? Just cause. Sage Shin is a contact, someone who you know, who for a bit of a contraband, which, I mean, you guys just give her some of your space weed, because that is fucking nearly impossible to find here in Promethean space. Here's the downside you guys find out about them. They are worse about drugs than the Mormons are.
Fucking knew it. Yo, Carlos, you cost somebody their lives, bro.
Wait, what are you doing?
Back at the station when you gave that guy the blood.
I mean, you didn't see him. I mean, that you don't know for a fact he got killed. He
Yeah,
might have.
He didn't. He died afterwards. So
There is that. Well, yeah. So Sage is like you find through a contact, you guys are able to pay her off, and you guys can slip through the border, and now you're almost to now you're only like one more jump away from the furnace world. Actually, let's do another break real quick. My little pipe has the tiniest bowl, and I need another pack, so I'll be back.
Yo, can we do like 15 minutes? I gotta go use the bathroom.
Yes, 15.
cool.
To learn what happens, keep listening. This show is brought to you ad-free by privilege. No ads, no Patreon, just a cishet white man with disposable income and time. It is performed, edited, and all that good stuff by Redstone Archender. The story is powered by the game Ironsworn, Starforged by Shawn Tomkin. Outro by Glitter Snitchel, channeling the spirits. This has been a Sofa King Cool production.
This week's episode featured music by Tabletop Audio. Music was also stolen from